Welcome. This is our best of 2025 products show. Also, good Christmas ideas, thus the Christmas theme. Pretty cool?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Donnie's not mic'd up, but we're having fun. We've done this many times. We've shown the best products. We have some new products to show and some old trusted items that we use a lot of. So this is going to give you some good ideas of what you can get somebody for Christmas, but more importantly, what you can give yourself, because that's the most important thing. Don't you think, Donnie?
100%.
So what we give ourselves matters most. I think that's the theme that we've learned from Christmas over the years, because no one else really cares for you as much as you care for yourself.
No.
Okay, that's the way it should be. So with that said, we're going to go over like 30 plus products range, okay? We're going to talk about these 33 products. Yeah, that's a good catch, Donnie. Even though this is show 41, we're going to go over that. So if you're listening, you're going to have to use your imagination while you're driving and hopefully not crash. And you can listen and picture me holding these products. If you're watching this, the links to all these products are in the description. You can go to these links and check them out. So hopefully that'll help you out. So one of the first things we're going to start with is brand new from ODI Grips is Nomad, which I forgot to bring today. So I pulled one off of Donnie's bike. This is the new Nomad Grips. This Nomad grip is made out of special D30 material. And we understand that there's about 1.2 billion nanobots in here that move this special material around at your hand. And this is a left side one. The right side one was going to take more work to take off, so I didn't want to do that. So left one, these were intended more as a off-road dual sport type tire grip instead of tire, but it feels great. And I just tried it on the track. I've had a couple weeks on them and I'm really impressed.
Put mine straight to the track.
Okay, so I was real happy with it. Great. It does have 3, they call them traction bars down here. Donnie's cut 1 off. I cut 2 off and left 1. So those are things which are really easy to modify. But the kind of a little suspension for your hands feels amazing. So this is something to check out, is ODI Nomad Grips. Next, we're going to get into greasers, okay? Greasing. You like greasers, right? Look at this one's all dirty. I'm going to need a napkin, Donnie, when you find one. So this is Velocity, is one that makes this. This is for greasing the top stem bearing. And so if you're a guy that does triple clamps quite often, this is a great one to have. And there's a KTM one, and I think the Japanese ones fit most of those. So you have to have like kind of 2 of them to kind of cover those. You put your grease gun on here, and you are set. Then that brings us to our next really cool greasing tool, and that's from our Moto Perfected. And these guys are cool. They're back east, but they don't have a website or anything like that. So guys hit me up. How do I get a hold of them? So what's nice about this is you simply push the tool right into here, hook up your grease gun. You're gonna need to hold it a little bit and just pump it until it starts to push out a little bit. And that's pushing all the old grease getting mixed in with the new grease. People go, well, shouldn't I get rid of all my old grease? Yes, in an ideal world, that's fine if you're a factory guy, but this works just fine. You could do this on your bike once a year. You're gonna be totally fine and never have to replace bearings. Now, that's not good for a lot of the companies I work for, like ProX, who make bearings, but I'm trying to help you out here. This, in the long term, is a whole lot easier than changing out bearings. So a tool like this will last you, and they make all these sizes for each particular bike, which is really cool. So, and right here, this is one going into linkage, which is a different diameter. These are KTM ones, and so what you do is real care. Anybody that's lost those rollers is going to know that this is a lifesaver when it comes in. So what you do is you leave your collar in there and just push it out, and when it fills up with grease, then you're gonna be able to put your sleeve back in, no problem. So this is a game changer. These guys are old school. They only have a phone number, is how you order these things. Like, there's no going online. That's not so bad, right, Donnie?
That's part of me that likes that.
Yeah, so just old school. We'll have the number of contact in the info on here. And then the next one is Blaster Products. These guys are new to moto, but they've been around forever with, P Blaster. You've used that for years, right? To loosen up stuck nuts, as they say. So you got the spray and shine, which is great for after. It smells amazing, but after, to kind of make your bike look new and everything. But the big one that we've really been liking.
OG PB Blaster.
There we go. Donnie's got one from years. Looks like, and most guys have a can of this, and it'll last them, 5 years. They got it sitting around the shop because hopefully they don't have to, break too many things loose that are all rusted up. So that's the original one to look at. And then Mud Blaster is this new one, and this is one that you spray, like when you get to the track or to the trailhead, and you know it's going to be a muddy day, you spray under the fenders, under the frame, skid plate, spray those kind of areas, and this thing will be way easier to wash when you're done. So we've been really liking that. It's worked really well. Okay, now we're going to talk about ProX. ProX is one of my companies that I really like, and one of the things people don't realize is that ProX makes a lot of amazing quality OEM components. Like right here is just a CR250 inner hub pressure plate, just like stock, amazing pieces. Same thing with the brakes. Here's some brake pads, you know, OEM type quality stuff. They have clutches, which are really good also, and they come with clutch plates and springs. This is here for a CR250. Again, that we have a build coming up. That's why I have this stuff stacked up. Sprockets, we got steel sprockets or aluminum. They don't come in a ton of fancy colors. They come in black or black, okay? So, which works fine for dirt bikes, right? I don't know that you need a red or a gold sprocket because they get all chewed up anyway. So it's been fine. So ProX makes some great pieces like that. They've been known for pistons, what they kind of started with, OEM replacement pistons. Also, all the cranks we do, if we're gonna rebuild especially a two-stroke crank, we love to rebuild it with a ProX rod. And we have a good crank builder here in Southern California. We use Andrew Langston, who's out here in Southern California. It's getting harder and harder to find a good crank rebuilder in your town. Used to be every shop did crank rebuilding, not so much anymore. But he does a great job in Southern California if you're in that area and looking for one. The next thing we're gonna talk about is our Milwaukee Gun. This is one of my favorite new tools, and we just got this new battery. Have you got the battery yet?
I did.
Okay. Donnie can't be second fiddle very long.
No.
And we're kind of in the same boat on that. So we found out, we showed this a while back on one of our shows as a cool tool. Yeah, Donnie's got his all ready to go. I didn't even need to bring mine. I could have just showed Donnie's. These bits, I like these bits right here. I got 8, 10, and 12 on here. So I use the 8, and they're quick bits. And then these we just got at Harbor Freight, a set of like, 3 or 4. Do you have these on here?
I do.
Okay.
This was because I was building some IKEA furniture.
Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna just hit the gun. This thing is just great. Oh, one of the things I like about it is that it has like a clutch system in there. So when you can set the number, but what's nice about it is when you want to loosen something, you can hit it and turn this gun. It doesn't free spin, so it locks. And also when you go to tighten, you can have it set to 14 or whatever, and then it stops, and then you can give it a little tighten and snug, and you don't have to put another tool on it if you don't want to. So works really good that way. I love it. Okay, next product. We're jamming right along, Donnie. FXR jerseys. We've been running FXR a while to make some great stuff. What's really cool, not for me, but for Donnie, is he got his name silk screened on here. What do you think of that, Donnie?
Yeah, I feel like a real pro.
So you can do this when you order your new stuff. You can add that silk screening of your name and number on there. I just had another guys make me some, and they put it on there. I'm not sure how much I like my name and number on there. I kind of like to go incognito a little bit more, or not people to know who I am. So I'm not sure how much I like it, but most people love it. And in my past experience, if a guy's got numbers and he's going his name on there and numbers, and he's going slower than me, then I feel like, dude, that's not cool.
No number.
No.
I got it.
No. If you're slower than me, you shouldn't have your name and number on.
Right. So should somebody be thinking that about you?
Yeah, that's why I probably shouldn't have it on. So, but if you have a name and number on, when they're passing me at Glen Helen, I can kind of, oh man, I'll have to search that guy out, see how fast, because he's going by me pretty fast. So you think you've got to be faster to have those, you know. Next thing we're going to talk about is on the new generation KTM. You know about this, Donnie. This is a Husky one. The seats have a little bracket where you bolt your seat on to the this is how you bolt the seat on to the bike right here. It's plastic on the stock one, and they do break. We actually chipped our stock Husky one. And so we got one of these, and it just has a clip that goes back on. So this is a really cool piece from Nihilo. They do a great job of thinking of little unique things for bikes. They have a ton of different products, from water pump, fuel pump solutions for the new generation bikes to dongles, all kinds of different things they think of that are unique for KTM, especially bikes. They think they make stuff for other stuff, but the KTM line of bikes, the Austrian bikes, they make a lot of stuff. So that's a good one to check out for you KTM guys. Okay. Donnie says he likes the nipples on these. These are from Nacstar. Nacstar makes a good quality wheel. Now, it is a lower cost wheel. This is right in line with the Tusk wheel set. So, and very similar in construction. I think maybe made it even at the same place. Who knows? But we've been running these for a few years off and on, and they do great. Now, if a guy's lined up for A1, is he running these? Probably not. But we've had good luck running these things locally, no problems. Just like anything, even stock brand new bikes, you're checking spokes. The first few rides, you're checking at every ride. And then once they settle in, usually you're good. You don't have to mess with anything. So we've been real happy with these things. This is for our RMZ 450 build we're doing. This is going to be Cody's race bike. These wheels might not look this good in like 10 months.
I highly doubt it.
Okay, so great wheel option for you guys right here from Nacstar USA. Okay, I've said this for years in most of our shows. If you listen to us, one of the best things you can do for the bang for your money on a newer 4-stroke fuel-injected bike is an ECU mod. Jamie at Twisted does incredible work with the ECUs. This one just came off of our Husky build, which we just got rid of that bike. So we pulled it off. I save it for my next build. So he also does mapping on stock ECUs. But with the Vortex, he has a little bit more parameters that he can tweak and better help the performance. So, and like with our dual sports, we have quick shift on there.
Yeah.
How rad is that?
I love it.
So with the quick shift, you got the stock button over here for the 23, 24 models, and you're just launching, especially on the asphalt and dirt roads, really fun. So mapping from Twisted is a great thing to do. Something worth checking out for sure if you have those bikes. Let's go. All right, so right now we're gonna head into a few items on the floor, I call it, a little bit bigger items. We're gonna head into these items and we're gonna go to our tire stand first. Okay, tire stand. So for you welders out there, or if you know a welder, if you wanna make a tire stand, if you email us for the drawings, we can sync the drawings to make this. And in the email I send you, it has a bunch of links to other videos with guys showing how to cut the material, how they built theirs. There's some links to those videos and then link to our video where we go over it. Very simple design, but it works really well. And there's lots of guys who've made modifications to it for different stem sizes, for small bikes, for big bikes. It works really well. We've, sent out 10,000+ of these, emails to everybody over the last few years, and everybody's real happy with them. We get them made all around the world. Just simply email me. It's Jay at DIRTBIKETV1, and that's JAY at DIRTBIKETV1.com. So it's that easy to get your own drawings to make one, and it doesn't cost anything. And if you have material laying around, it could be a free gift you make for your dad, your son, your uncle, whoever. Here we are with the MSR Roller bag. This also comes in the Rocky Mountain version or the MSR version, which is their gear line. I really like this bag. It's incredible. It's nice to be able to roll it from my van into the garage, and it probably weighs 60, 70, 80 pounds. I know, with all my junk in there. I have 4 sets of gear in there. I have 2 of everything: socks, underclothes, gloves. I keep everything 2 of, so in case there's a problem or I ride the day before and I got a bunch of stinky gear, I can leave that stuff at the wash and I'm good to go in my gear bag. So these gear bags are a good value. They have a little pull-out section so you can get dressed on the floor. Side pockets, I keep my tear-offs in there. So really cool, plenty of good storage. Really like this bag for the value. This is the MSR Rover pack. Really like this thing. If you're gonna wear a backpack, this is the way to go. I go back and forth in wanting one, but when I wear one, this is the one I wear because it distributes the weight all across your body, so it's not just hanging from your shoulders. And you can carry stuff in your chest in the front. It is a CCW, so there's a compartment in the front there, which is really nice for guys who do want to carry on the trail in whatever situation they're in. So, and it has you can put a 2 or 3 liter hydration pack back there. Spencer runs a 3. I run a 2 and hardly ever run out of water. He drinks a lot more than I do on the trail. Great pack and a really good value also. It's going to last you a long time. Okay, for those cheap guys or guys who are trying to give that homemade gift to someone who does work on engines, this is a nice little engine stand for the bench. Even if you're not doing a ton of stuff, they're kind of useful to have around the shop. You can set stuff in there when you're working. Sometimes I'll set a wheel in there to knock a wheel bearing out. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. Very simple to make. These pieces, I found this is a pretty good size. If you're as bigger 4-stroke engines, you can maybe go an inch bigger on each piece of wood, but we're just 11 inches on each piece of wood. And then I have them stacked in here like this so that one side is a little bit bigger when it's laid out. So it's not a perfect square. It's more of a rectangle in that size. So really good thing to make someone. Just need some 2x4s and you're set. You can even use some old scrap stuff, whatever, and you're gonna get the free gift there for somebody. Okay, Motion Pro is who we use for all of our tire supplies, tire spoons, bead buddy, all those good tools, lots of tools. But their gauge, tire gauge, is a great gift for somebody that's looking for that ultimate gauge. It doesn't work at over 60 PSI, so we want to use it on low pressure stuff, but it works great. Really like this tire gauge. It is a higher cost gauge for those guys that are maybe a little bit concerned on price, but a good one nonetheless. Okay, dirt bike TV time. Look at that. You got that on the rear, this on the front, and this is for Jim. Okay, and you can get these from Decal Works. We get our discount code, which I can't remember right now, DBTV something. We'll have that. I think you have to email me. I'll give you that link. But anyway, you get a discount there, and also on Decal Works graphics. Look at this. We freshened up Donnie's shroud graphics because we changed the tank to a KX250 tank on Donnie's KX500, and that's what we're gonna do on my KX500 build. So we had to make up some new graphics for the tank. You like those, Donnie?
I do like them.
Okay, they got a bunch of First Turn Films logos, which is Donnie's little side hustle when he's not making millions from me. So he's got that First Turn Film. So if you're looking to do your own podcast or film, anything like that, he's the guy. So graphics, Decal Works has everything you can do. Old bikes, new bikes, all that stuff, and easy to use website, and we have a discount code, so that'll help you guys out when you're doing it. Works Connections, who I use for all of our, elite perches, some of the bling stuff, hole shot devices, even though I don't really need any hole shots. A lot of cool pieces from Works Connection that we use. This one is very simple. It's a chain slack adjuster tool, and so you can make your own if you want to, or you can buy one of these when you're buying some Works Connection stuff, and we have a discount code with them as well. It gives you the max slack, minimum, and if you turn it sideways, it's the middle of the two. So that's how we try to do it. So you kind of got 3 spots. They have a bunch of size ranges. They don't put it for each bike because there's, different opinions about what each bike should be. So you need to look at your owner's manual, see what your range should be, and you can order that range from Works Connection. So it's pretty cool. R50 from Klotz is the 2-stroke dream. This stuff works great, smells amazing. Maybe not as good as their Castrol stuff, but it does smell amazing. So works well. We've been using this stuff for 35 plus years. R50 Klotz, it works really well. Real happy with it. If you're in a 2-stroke situation, that's what I would look at. The next thing, I've shown this before. You guys have noticed I run a cheap watch, $5 to $15 on my handlebars. You can there's different ways to do this. You can have it, we made a little way we could cut it into the bar pad like this on our ODI bar pad, or on a crossbar bike, it's real simple to run the watch just right around the crossbar. When you have a crossbar around, it works really well, easy. Also, on some bikes, even with this style, we'll run it off to the left, over by the master cylinder for the clutch, can strap it on there. But what a simple watch does, it helps you go longer riding. So if you want to build up endurance and do a little bit longer moto, I tell guys the easiest way to start is get a watch over there, and when you're riding and you get to a safe spot, obviously look down. If you see 12 minutes, tell yourself, I'm going to go to 15, I'm going to go to 20, whatever your goal is, you can look down and see that. This is for practice days. This isn't for racing. This isn't for lap times. This is just overall. So if you head out, also it helps you keep track of your gas too. If you go out, I did a 15-minute section and then I did a 30-minute session, you did 45. It's time to fill that thing up or go home. So those are some things to look at. Really simple digital watches. You can get them online or at your local store, whatever. And I just usually find the cheapest ones and try not to blast them directly when you're power washing the bike, because that's the only thing I think that kind of kills them when I have them long term. So that's one thing I notice. Arc levers. This is a newer company we've been working with, and just really like how the quality of these levers and how well these things work. And for the guys, I have to keep these on Cody's bike. You know why? He does go down some. Okay.
He likes to tip over every now and then.
Well, but he's also pushing it really hard. He goes fast. Okay. And when you go fast, people don't understand this, but you're going to crash. Like, what top guy this year, Jet Lawrence included, didn't crash? Like, you fall down. And so fast guys fall. And so like these guys are on all the star racing bikes, on Deegan's bike and all that. anyway, these guys make some great levers. So if you're looking at upgrading your lever game, that's a great option for you. We got the Tusk battery setup, and you notice when they ship this to you, it comes with a bunch of extra foam. And what that allows you to do is to buff it out into areas that are, this battery's a lot smaller than some battery compartments that it would go into, but it works really well. They're somewhat inexpensive compared to some of the other ones out there. And I like to have this we don't carry it in our backpack, but we'll carry it with us on our trip, especially if we're going out of town. I keep one in the van all the time. So if I'm at the track, we have a problem, we have one. And we can't even use it as a jumper if you have to, just to go jump the bike, which I think we just showed one of those on Instagram the other day. So great item to have for your bike is this lithium battery. And the best time to buy one is before yours dies. Don't wait till you're at the track or at the trailhead and your battery don't work. So have one of these. They do last a long time. We've had them 6-12 months before we even use them. So that's a great thing to consider. Right now, we're going to talk Cardo systems, and anybody that follows us knows we use this system a lot. So it has JBL quality speakers inside, so you have to put those in your helmet. It does take a little bit of work to get it set up, and you put a little mounting out here, you run some wires. Donnie did a real good job running his setup here. So you run the wires here, and you have the speaker that goes right here, right in front of your mouth. You put the speaker there and have those headphones put in there, and just make sure, sometimes you'll need to do a little adjusting, so if it's not hitting on your ear or anything. But this system, being able to talk to, Donnie just did a trip with his son. He was able to talk to him, help him. He's more of a beginner, a rider. He's able to warn him of obstacles ahead, tell him where he wants to go, tell him where to stop, so forth. So it's crucial on those situations for sure. But then with Spencer and I, trail riding and summertime, different things, it's great to have the whole group on these. And if you have 5, 7, 8 guys all with these, it works even better because it repeats. It has a mesh system that allows the signal works even better. So maybe one guy's over the other side of a mountain, everybody else is still connecting, and it helps the signal go further. So we have a code for this. You can use that. Pack Talk Edge is the name of the one we use right here. It's amazing. While I'm here, I'm going to talk about the 6D ATR3s, their new helmet, their newest one. Pretty light for them. Lightness isn't always their top goal because they're really focused on safety, and they have a lot of technical features in here that make this design and helmet a lot safer than a lot of others. Are we truly going to ever know? Probably no. Not until we go to the next life and we can know which helmet was the best. But at the end of the day, we're riding dirt bikes, which is very dangerous, so it's nice to have a high quality helmet on. I've been motoing with mine last year and a half, and really liking it. Comfortable as well. Right here we have our Asterix knee braces. Now their first generation of knee braces were a little bit rough. This newest generation, what do we call this one? I think it's Spencer has these and Donnie has these, and it is, yeah. I'm going to be transitioning over to these. We just made some additional changes to Spencer's. These guys do a great job. So if you're looking for good quality knee braces that are very light but made well, this is the system that works well. I really like how they attach everything. They also have different stops. You can change the degrees. If I was Donnie, I'd probably put in one more degree so it stops like right here. And what that does, it helps prevent as much hyperextension. But anyway, you can adjust that with your Asterix knee braces, which are great. All right, we showed this before, these low-C bikes. We have a link to these in Rocky Mountain. This is the ultimate gift. They are pretty expensive. So most moto guys, what I find, most moto guys are not RC guys. I'm not saying RC guys are all nerds, but there's a little bit higher nerd rate. Right, but I've run into some guys who moto who RC stuff, but not a ton. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I would say that's probably low. And I'm not an RC guy, but this is a motorcycle. Right.
So it does do cool stuff. Of course, when he lands and flips and does all this stuff, it's not very realistic, The muffler, oh yeah, we have to put this piece on. Okay. So anyway, really cool bike. If you're gonna do RC stuff, it should be a dirt bike. Yeah. So at least it keeps you in the dirt bike mindset. I had a comment on a post the other day that said, does this guy only work on and ride dirt bikes? Like it was a negative thing. And the comments below were like, what else is there? Right. Like, they were like, well, yeah. These comments all took care of the guy. So it was like,
what else are you supposed to do?
Right. So, but I don't post like house, but I'm usually too tired from working to where there's a whole lot of other activities. They pretty much revolve around dirt bikes.
Right.
All right. Here's our Onyx this is how we map our rides. It's really helpful. Here you can see we've had a bunch of different routes in the same area. Donnie just did one out in the desert on his last adventure and has a couple different routes there mapped on his phone. You can go back and change the color and design of each one so that way you don't get them mixed up, and you can help you go back to an area. There's all kinds of cool things you can do with it, but it'll tell you the overall time of your ride, your average speed, your elevation changes, all those cool things. Also, if you get the Pro version, it helps you see the landowners. So some guys are wondering about that, if it's open land, if it's owned by an individual, those types of things. So you'll be able to see all that with the onX app. And we have a link to that, and you can use our link to get there, and you get a discount on it your first time there. So that's very nice. And it's not too expensive, but it's really nice to have on your phone. Oh, and if you're worried about having cell service, that doesn't matter. So it does matter in the sense that you need to download the maps in advance. That's what I tell guys. So you have to download those areas. Offline maps is what it's called. You go to offline maps, and we have some videos on this that show that. Maybe we can put a link into those videos below to show how to navigate onX. So that'll help you when you're setting up your routes. You can plan your routes in advance on the computer, and then it'll be on your phone when you sync it all together. So it's really nice planning that stuff out in advance. X-Brand goggles, longtime supporter here. Really like the X-Brand goggles. They do come with, this is an older one. This is called Gox. And I kind of like the smaller, older one as well. I go back and forth. Their newest one's a Lucid. It's a little bit bigger frame. I kind of like both of them. And I even like this older one. The older one's obviously a little bit less expensive. So they come with a nose guard, and I tend to tear that out. Is that how you do it, Donnie? There you go. I tend to tear it out. So some people like it. It gets and I have a small nose and it gets a little close. So sometimes I don't run it, just run it like this. The other tip I'm going to give you on goggles. Let me start that again. The other tip I'm going to give you on goggles is tear-offs. So when you have a good goggle like that, you want to save money. To me, on lenses is run tear-offs. Guys go, well, I'm not racing. I don't need tear-offs. But Donnie and I will put a tear-off on, even if it's just one. You could put one on and go run your practice. Say it's just practice, right? You can run practice, and then you can get back, pull that tear-off off. Your lens on the front is not scratched, because your lens gets scratched every time you clean it. There's no way around it. You can spray it a bunch with cleaner. That's what I like to do, or pour water on it, get all the mud to come off before you wipe it, but you're going to get scratches on the lens. So keeping a tear-off on there, keep one tear-off on minimum. That's simple, and tear-offs aren't that expensive when you're buying the goggle as well. AK Technologies makes some cool stuff, 3D printed, all kinds of different things. Guys out of Canada, real moto enthusiast, and he makes these funnels, which are ultimate and probably completely unnecessary, right? But they are really cool because they screw into your hole here, and they have a little vent coming up, and right here, that a little straw hole that allows it to vent, and you can pour in at a decent rate, and they're really nice for each bike. Now, unfortunately, you need like a bunch of different ones if you have a bunch of different bikes. But if you only ride one main bike or two, main different brands of bikes, these are pretty cool to have. Ultimate gift for the guy that's got everything, like myself or Donnie. These are the Honda overflow hoses that come stock. Everybody likes these pink looking hoses coming off the carburetor, and they stayed nice looking for a year or three. When you rebuild any old bike, or we replace them with these hoses, and my buddy Brad at Parapros, he found me this part number years ago because this is what he was using. There's the Honda part number right there. And we'll have it in the description for those guys that are wondering. You just order it right from Honda, and it's not very expensive, and you get a whole grip of it. You could probably do 3 or 4 two-stroke carbs, maybe 2.5 4-stroke ones or whatever. So you get a grip of it. I don't know how long it is. I don't know that I ever measured it when it was all out. Another one of my favorite tools. Now, this could be great for the guy that's kind of got a lot of stuff. You're trying to get your dad something, you don't have a lot of money. This is very inexpensive from Rocky Mountain. This is called Sprocket Stuff, makes this front sprocket holder. So when he's changing his front sprocket, he only needs one of these, and it can adjust from 13, 14, 15 teeth, different teeth, and it really helps install that front sprocket really well. I like it a lot. And they're great tools to have. They've been out of stock for a long time. Just a small time company, as you can see, like everything's just hand stamped on here, Donnie. This is like me and you in metal shop, like in high school, just stamping stuff like with little punches. It's so rad. That's what I love about this tool. Very simple, but yet it works really well. So I like having one of these tools around for sure. Okay, here we are with our chin mount for your GoPro or action camera on the front of your helmet. So it uses Velcro straps, and I think that's enough, but it really works really well. Now, if I was racing like a serious race, maybe I'd add some duct tape behind it to be ensured that it wouldn't come off or whatever. But this works really well just for our regular riding. Most of the videos you see me post of us like at Glen Helen or on the trail are using this mount now. And we just strap it on. And then for vertical stuff, we even have this extra mount right here that goes like this. It'll come in here and hold the GoPro vertically, which makes it really nice, and you just lean it back. And the one thing with these cameras, you want to lean the camera back as far as you can. And I think in a horizontal position, it can go right in here. But also, we find that even another little spacer, which I'll have Spencer put a link to all three of these, and they're on our Amazon links. We have links to all these. This thing's like $14 on Amazon, so it's a really good deal. Really inexpensive. And then this bracket helps with vertical stuff if you want to do that. Most people are shooting horizontal just so they can enjoy it. And you'll need one more spacer to get it leaned back quite enough so you're not just looking at the front fender. One tip when you're doing GoPro stuff, you want to be in a situation where you're really looking out ahead of you on the trail or the track. You don't want it just looking down at the front fender. And on this one, we even cut this one back a little bit right here so the camera can lean back even further. We want that camera back. And then there, like we said, we've run a little spacer here that clamps into here and moves it out just a little bit so that in horizontal it can go like that. In vertical position with this bracket right here, it can lean back and do just fine vertically without any additional spacer, just this one bolted to your GoPro. Whoa, what's this? This is a 2-stroke air filter cage for a KTM. So this 2-stroke air filter cage will replace on your 4-stroke. It has mesh screen. This is the simplest, cheapest mod for your 4-stroke. Gives you a little bit of snap right there. It's not critical to do, and if you're on a 450 or dual sport and you're not saying you need like a 1/4 horsepower, then don't worry about it. But if you're on a 250F for sure, 350, and you want a little bit more snap, this is something easy to do. This is the part number right here. It's like $14 or something. It's really cheap. This one we got from Langston's, I think, and really cheap mod for the money. And so whatever year 4-stroke you have, you can just buy the similar, like look up a 300 SX or whatever, and you can get that 2-stroke cage. Right here we have a Taco Moto fuel transfer. So this is something you pump into your fuel tank right here. You can plug this into your fuel line and you can dump fuel from a fuel injected bike into another bike or to a container to help somebody. So this thing right here could be kind of a lifesaver on the trail. We had in our pack, and we actually ended up using the hose part. We had to fix a line, and we used a hose from here to help fix a line. Okay, if you're one of those fancy racer guys who's looking at engine hangers for different flex characteristics in your bike, which is, an elite type of riders. Okay, these came off of our Husky. I did a lot of other things at the same time, suspension tweaks and stuff. I can tell it's pretty hard to tell some of this stuff, but Works Chassis Lab here makes some great pieces, and the guys there really know what they're doing. So there's other companies out there. This is the one that I've kind of liked the best. If you're going to be shopping for engine hangers, any of that type of stuff for your components, these chassis pieces, Works Chassis Lab's a good one to go with. Scoopy, scoopy, scoop. This is the whole story. If anybody's been watching nationals and races the last few years, this is a scoop tire, which is because it has this, angle to it right here where it's going to scoop down in the dirt. These things are awesome when you're in soft terrain, okay? And we really like these things, even in the desert. If you stay away from the rocks as much, but you're mainly just in some sandier type desert stuff, it works great. So we use it in some trail conditions, but for moto tracks like a Glen Helen early in the day, amazing out here in Southern California. And then there's many tracks, most of the national tracks, when they're rip deep, this is a great tire option. So this MX-14, the way it hooks up and gives you straight line traction is great. Guys go, well, it doesn't corner as well. First of all, unless you're cornering like a pro, which most people that are watching this video to this point probably aren't, right?
I would agree.
So, including myself, most of us, especially slower guys, we're stop and turn, pivot guys. We burp.
Point and shoot.
Point and shoot, that's the term. So we're point and shoot out of the turn. Okay, most of us are not carrying rad corner speed, dragging the brake just right and the clutch just right and heading out and really trusting that rear tire to hook where by the time we're on the gas hard, we're already pointing straight. So this tire is great for that. My next tire here, and the last one I'm going to show, is the AT81EX. That's for Endurocross. This is a gummy tire that's been around for a while, and this tire is amazing on the trail. So if you're going to a big trail, like I say, you're going up to the mountains in the summertime, you're going to Colorado, you're going to a special place, or you're going to central southern Utah, for instance, those areas where you're on a big trip, which I get a lot of guys that are going to take these big trips, they're coming from back east. You run a tire like this, it'll last your whole trip during that week, the 3 or 4 days that you're riding, but you will wear the tire out. But it could save you from falling. I say, for me, it helps save me from falling 3 to 4 times a trip, okay? 1 or 2 times a day. I feel like it saved me from falling because I get that grip and make it up a section that I might have fallen. So if it saves me from getting hurt at all, it's worth the extra money. So they're a little expensive, but they're so worth it in the long term, and they do wear out. But a trail tire like this, that's more of a gummy tire, is going to, make it back and helping you make it through the ride. The last thing I'll mention is the FMF The Drop. And it's a service where you get a t-shirt, not a free t-shirt, because you're paying a monthly service. So you pay every month and you get a shirt every month. And every month there's a gift in there. This is a sample of one of the gifts. I forgot to bring in a drop box. So what's nice about that is there's a shirt that has a different theme every month. It's kind of a cool deal. Also, if you do it for 3 to 5, 6 months, whatever, a year, and you go, hey, I got enough shirts, I can back off for a while until I dirty up some more. So you can pause it, cancel, anything like that. There's no obligation. Like, it's not like the old record club where you're stuck into paying for this thing for a year or 2. So you don't have to do that. So FMF The Drop, really cool. And that's a great gift you could give somebody, something like that as well. So you can just pick your size and you get a shirt with a little gift showing up every month at your doorstep. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Lots of cool stuff, as you can see. Remember, if you have questions about any of these products or other things, you can email me directly. Really simple. You can go to my website, hit support, boom. You can send me an email directly. We'll be glad to try to help you as best we can, whether it's talking about products or what bike maybe is best for you in your situation that you're looking to buy, new or used. We can talk about those types of things. So if you email me, I'm glad to help you on that kind of stuff. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this. People go, hey, we appreciate all you do. All we are looking for is that you're supporting the good companies that we work with. I appreciate that. And we'll see you guys next time on the track or trail.
See ya.
Merry Christmas. Wiseco Piston has over 80 years of experience manufacturing pistons in Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Wiseco pistons are developed and proven through professional racers, teams, and engine builders, including factory Honda HRC, Club MX, DBTV, Twisted Development, and many more. Wiseco is rooted in supporting grassroots racers across the country. Wiseco has been a sponsor of Loretta's and GNCC Racing since their very first events. Wiseco has a piston to fit the needs of any type of rider, from reliable rebuilds to serious racers. Wiseco is still the piston expert. However, the brand has evolved and has a complete range of performance components, including engine rebuild kits, clutch and valve train components, crankshafts, gaskets, and more. Wiseco has all of your power sports machines covered, from dirt bikes to UTVs, ATVs to jet skis. Find what you need at wiseco.com. We work with some great companies, and here's a list of those right now. Dunlop motorcycle tires, Wiseco piston, Vinco air shocks and dirt bike parts, FMF exhaust, Decal Works graphics, ProX racing parts, Recluse clutch revolution, Motion Pro specialty motorcycle tools, Works connection, Uni filter, Klotz oil, Cometic gasket, MX plastics, JE pistons, Cardo systems, ODI bars and grips. And remember, if you shop Rocky Mountain, use our link from our site, Linktree, or link in description of the videos. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.